Hey guys, it's Amy and Robert and River and Vienne, and we are here to give you the results of the embryo transfer that happened like a month ago at this point. I wanted to update sooner, and I say this every video, but oh my gosh, life is hectic. So here we are with the results. They had their beta test 12 days past the 5-day transfer, but the surrogate ended up taking a pregnancy test earlier, I think on day 5 past the transfer, and it was positive. It was not super dark, obviously, because it was only 5 days past, but it was definitely there. And I told the recipient mom, I'm like, oh my God, it's good for how early it is and how dark it is. Like, this is a good thing. And she was still like, oh, we want to see the beta. I'm like, I understand, but I'm just telling you, this is a really good sign. So then once the actual beta test came, a week later, the number came out to 458. Woo!
Hey.
That means there's gonna be a baby.
That's a baby.
She was still like, oh, is this good? I'm like, this is really good. I guess the surrogate had been a surrogate before, and she said her beta tests before were over 1,000. And I was like, no. Like, ours were really high too with these two kids. Mm-hmm. But 458 is a completely solid, strong number. So I was like, listen, I'm congratulating you right now. Like, I know how this goes. Like, when you have a number that strong, like, it's a really good sign. Like, you can feel confident about that. So then they didn't do a second beta until a week later, which I thought was weird. And then I was thinking, well, maybe it's just because this doctor doesn't do it so soon after, unless there seems like they're not sure of the results. I don't know. But a week later, the results came back at 6,029. Woo!
Big numbers.
Woo! Yeah, that is a really good sign. So what did that mean when we got those really good numbers and we were really happy? Do you know what that meant?
What?
That meant that the embryo was going to turn into a baby, right? Yeah. So clearly we are trying to keep these kids informed and educate them, from the start. We've been trying to do this. Even before we even did the transfer, we explained to them what an embryo is. They started as an embryo. We showed them the little embryos they started as and said, usually the embryos go in mommy's belly, but, we already have you kiddos, and mommy and daddy don't want any more kids. Are you picking your nose? Oh, God, Vienne. I wonder why we don't want any more kiddos.
Wow.
Anyway.
We're going to leave that blooper in. No.
Okay, so clearly we have enough to deal with. So we said, we don't want any more babies, but we have more embryos. So we're going to give them to another mommy and daddy who wants some kids, but they can't have them on their own, right? Isn't that what we told you?
Yep. They can have their own booger pickers.
And then, so, we've just been explaining to them that this is going to be like
booger picker.
This is going to be like a brother. By the way, yes, it's a boy. It's going to be like a brother, okay? Because the embryo came from mommy and daddy just like you guys did. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to take the baby home with us. The baby is going to live with these other people, our other friends.
Are we going to stay with the baby one time?
We're going to go visit the baby. So we're going to the baby is going to be with a different mommy and daddy.
Why?
Well,
it's a long story.
We'll answer that as we go
we'll tell
along.
you as long as you stop picking your nose.
This is Vienne. So that's the good news. The kids are excited. We have been showing them. I entered the information into my pregnancy tracker app that I use with the two of them. So I have River, Vienne, and baby boy in there. And currently, right now, as we film this,
Hey, this is Vienne.
Okay. They are 8 weeks and 2 days. They had a heartbeat confirmation. They had 2 different heartbeat checks so far. The first one was 121 beats per minute. The second one, I believe, was 146 beats per minute. So everything is looking so good. And do you remember, like, when I got sent, they sent me a video of the ultrasound and the heartbeat, and that's when it felt really real. Like the numbers were like, oh my God, yeah, she's pregnant. The pregnancy test was like, oh my God, yeah, they're pregnant. But seeing the video of the first ultrasound, that's when it really, really hit me.
Yeah.
And you were like, you know, got a little emotional because we can't help but picture this boy to be another river. But we're like, okay, it's not going to be another river. It could look completely different everything. So it's hard to kind of not conjure up an image or a description in your mind of what this baby, you know, you're going to personify this already. So it's not Vienne, it's not river.
So I think it's going to be 2 rivers.
No, I think it's just one river in there.
only
Not
one
one
river.
river, one baby in there. One baby. So that part was emotional, but I think when we get over that hump, once we got over that hump, we're just like, okay, this is really happening. Like, this is going to be awesome. And we have not met this family yet. We scheduled our first meetup with them to be at the end of August. So that'll be kind of fun. Oh, sorry, we're keeping you awake. Long day.
Long day.
So we're gonna get to meet them, and yeah, it's gonna be. We lost Vienne. We just got feet now. So I don't know. Things are really exciting. The kids love looking at the app. They love being able to say, "What's the baby look like? What's the baby blah blah." And so we just are using this as a real teaching moment, teaching experience to say, "This is how babies go. You know, this is how they progress in the bellies, and this is what it looks like." So. It's just a really awesome experience all around. So thank you so much for watching the most exciting update we have yet from this embryo donation journey. And you know, we will keep you informed, but of course at this point, no news is going to be good news. So it might not be too frequent, but yeah, we will definitely keep you all posted.